So give me the rights to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Please verify, ma'am.
Very good afternoon to all. Yesterday we have finished with the maths. So any doubt related to maths experiment? Otherwise, Dhanashri ma'am will be start the next experiment, that is how to form the table in a LATEX, how to generate the table environment in the LATEX, and how to form the rows and columns in a table. So if you have any doubt related to maths, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go further for the experiment number 4, that is table. Yes. I think there is no doubt. Okay, so I will hand over the session to Dhanashri ma'am. Please, Dhanashri ma'am, continue with the table. Thank you. I'm stopping my screen sharing now.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
So I hope till yesterday everyone has rectified whatever the problems they got, and I hope today everyone is ready with the execution along with me. As Madam directed, today we are going to start with the table structure. So I'm just going to share my screen. Yes.
Madam, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Madam, I have sent one message. So yesterday one error was there, it was rectified, but again one kind of error is there, ma'am. So I have shared that kind of details. So can you please see, ma'am, that one, so that I
where it is, sir, in the chat window you have put it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Just don't have to stop my sharing.
Or can share my screen also, ma'am. You can view it.
Okay. Just a minute, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Is it visible, ma'am?
Your screen, na? Yes, it is visible, sir.
So please see, ma'am. I just clicked on this double arrow. After that, I got it.
Sir, I like to say you that your installation for the Techna, it should be in a proper drive, only C drive directly. Your installation is there in the users CVR, app data, local, MICTEC. It should not be here, sir. It should be directly in the C hard drive program files. Here we could not see any program files. And after that, in the users, app data, local, MICTEC, you are having it. So it will not succeed properly. That's why, because in C drive, the path entirely should be like this, directly in the program files. It is showing it is in the users. You can see the sir path users, CVR, app data, local, MICTEC. You're getting it?
Yeah. So,
What I suggest, sir, take time for 10 to 5 minutes. Already you are having the setup with you. Uninstall previous installation, and when it asks na where you have to install, actually at the time of installation, you just select the C drive program files folder.
Okay, madam.
Okay, and then if suppose the error persists there, so you have to manually set the path also, sir. Yesterday I have told to someone faculty of yours how to set the path by using in the commands. I hope you were watching that.
Yeah,
Hello?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
You try once, because see, from here now it is not there. It's in the app data. So sometimes the permissions are not there to access the data from that, but this is a local drive. Every time whenever we are installing now, it should be proper in the C drive. So what I suggest, just uninstall first. Whatever you're having, they just completely uninstall it and try to do fresh installation in the C drive directly, so that you can easily find out the folder of your MICTEC with the bin. And once I'll say again you try to execute it, I think you have tried it, but the same error is there, no?
Yes,
So better you just go on fresh installation. It will take time for 5 to 10 minutes, but if so might be the error will not be there. There can be error of the path, so that you have to set it. Okay, sir?
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. I'm stop sharing my screen.
Yes, definitely.
Dhanashri ma'am, there is one query. Let us resolve this query and then we'll go further, madam.
Yes.
I think Suchitra Ma'am asked if you want to put a heading without numbering, then how to do it like a keywords. See, ma'am, if you are want to give the directly to the heading, you just give the heading and make it as a bold. And you are using a sections, subsections or sub to subsections, there will be automatically numbering will be generated. But without numbering, if you want to give, simply you give the heading whatever you want, and with this heading, Dhanashri ma'am, then I will show it here only. Dhanashri ma'am, you are sharing or should I share screen? Ma'am, you are in a mute. Dhanashri ma'am, unmute yourself.
What, madam?
Are you sharing your screen for the table now? So there
Yes.
there will show. Just simply make it bold, ma'am.
So for
Give
this
a heading. For this query is very simple. She is asking ki without any numbering, I want to give the heading. So for the heading, she will can type any heading and you have to make it bold. So this way you can.
You continue with this her query so that I'll proceed with the table.
It will be generated automatically, madam. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. She, I think, satisfied. So you can continue, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So you all are having your folder of experiments. So we are starting with the fourth number experiment, maths experiment. Madam has yesterday explained very well. I hope everyone has tried. So in the table, we are having the table text file. Everyone supposed to open it. So when you want to insert any kind of a table, so table can be the similar format like this. If I hope you are watching to the output screen, whatever I'm having. So here, when you want to create any table, you will have to generate the structure like rows and columns. That will be columns, how many columns you want to enter, and accordingly you will going to insert the rows likewise. So one by one, I'm going to explain the things how we can do it. So here already we know that the first part is your preamble. Whatever the necessary packages are there, you have to include it. Don't worry, it is available in the template itself. We'll focus how the table structure is done. So everything that you have to insert in the begin document and end document, that will be always whenever you're starting any text file. After that, the next line is the begin center. Means after the execution, where my output will be there. So I want to put my table, which is I'm going to create, it should be at a center. Okay, so that's the begin center and end center. Instead of this, you can use centering also / centering. After that, next thing is begin tabular. Whenever you want to insert a table structure, you have to initialize such structure or such method as the begin tabular, end tabular. You can see after clicking on the begin tabular, I can find out my end tabular. So you can see the syntax also in the begin tabular. What our editor is helping us, what should be the syntax for that. So in the begin tabular, you have to pass the arguments like position and columns, from where you have to start left alignment or center alignment or right alignment. Likewise, the position will be there of the content and number of columns that you want to proceed with this. So in this program, basically what we are doing, we are starting with the first column. That first column we are having the how we look the structure, that is the left alignment or center or right. Likewise, L is there, that is for the left one. After that, two vertical slashes are there. Firstly, you have to start with one horizontal vertical bar. That vertical bar means what? You have started a table structure drawn. Is first line, that is the first vertical line that you have to draw. So that first line or a first vertical bar, you have to write it down. After that, your alignment, complete that vertical bar forming the one column. And you observe in the output there are two lines I have drawn over here. Means if you want to draw such a structure of the table that you want two continuous vertical lines, so you can put continuous two vertical bars over here. After that, next my column structure, that is for the center C. Then again column, likewise you have to insert that many columns that you want. Like yeah, 1 2 3 4, I'm having the 4 columns after the first one. These are the 1 2 3 4. You may add another next column also. Likewise, that you can add as many as you want. The thing is that you have to put that vertical bar you have to put its alignment position like C or left and right likewise. And then you have to again complete that with the help of this vertical bar. So I'm just editing it by putting one vertical bar. I have just edited this structure of the table. Okay, this is just only the structure. After that, you have to insert the value for that. That values are inserted in a horizontal rows. So for that, what we are going to do, after this begin tabular, this is your complete syntax. You have to draw one horizontal line. See this one. Means after my first heading title, what I have to do, I have to draw one horizontal line. So that is this H line is there. So in that H line, what are the headings for your columns? There we are going to write it. The first is my serial number, the column name. Next is my roll number, name of the student, department, college. Likewise, the headings are there for each and every column. And now please observe, to differentiate between the each and every header, you have to use this and % sign. Means what? It is going to differentiate between the first column name and the second column name. Likewise, you add it and you just complete it with the help of and %. And finally, at the end, you have to just complete it with the help of double slash, likewise this. And then one horizontal line. Means after writing it down, your all column heads, you have to just draw this one horizontal line, which is the after your heading. This is your horizontal line. So that's why this H line is there. So this complete your one syntax of your table. Exactly how your table structure will look like, that number of columns, number of rows, likewise. This is only one row we have inserted. So as many rows you can insert as you want. Likewise, we are just filling the data in the table. So what will be the data? Till now we have just inserted the heading of the columns. Now first row we are entering, and that serial number will be my 1. After that, and % sign to differentiate between the another field. So you are writing the 10 as a roll number, name as you can say Anjali. Okay, then you are having this again IT branch and department as a college as the KC. And after that, here only 2 slashes there. 2 slashes nothing but it's going to come into the next horizontal line. But here we have not drawn physical horizontal line. If you see the record of first and 2, there is no any horizontal line. If you want, you can again put that with a slash H line. Okay, just a minute. Here you can put here H line again, so that it will again draw the line after your first record. I'm just doing some changes in the original program. Afterwards I will execute it. First I have executed it. After first execution, the table will look like this. But how you can make the changes simultaneously, I am going to tell you. Okay, so this was your first record. Likewise, you can insert the second record of this. Suppose roll number 2, the name is serial number 2, roll number is 15, name is Aarti, department is comp, and college is LT, for example. Likewise, the third record is there. So after execution of this table, what you have observed, the table having this column and the rows of the third record. If you want to insert another fourth record, we can go likewise. Suppose fourth is my another serial number. I can put a roll number as a 12, and I can put a name, for example, with the help of DSK as the name. Again, see, and don't forget to put spaces in that. Suppose I'm writing here, there is no any kind of a changes. You can reflect. One more thing is that you have to provide the data according to number of columns. If you are not going to provide, or you're missing any one of the parameter, it will not be shown in your table. Okay. So I'm just filling one record or one row, and then you're having this college name, and then here end of your first line and final H line. Okay, and here completes our tabular structure. So you have to write it down. Begin tabular, so there will be end tabular. Okay, so this is your begin tabular, end tabular, and after that begin center, end center, you have to end it, and finally end of your document. Clear? What was my previous output? This is, you can observe, this is the previous output, but I have made certain changes in that. So you have to just see what are the changes over there, and you can observe Anjali name. See, Aarti and Anjali name. Aarti name is normal as it is printed in English, but Anjali is in italics. So how we have done in italics? So you can observe here in the name column, what we have written in the $sign, mark it as Anjali. Means what? Anjali name should be printed in the italic format. That's why we have used this $sign. Inside the $sign, you can put it. If you remove it, it will like only like your first Aarti was that name. Likewise, it will look. Okay, so now I'm going to just run the same program. with some changes. See here, whatever the changes that you can see. I have inserted one more record as a DSK at the last. We have added one row, and before that also I have added one H line, first and second record, in between the first and second record, same in between the third and fourth record. If you don't want this line, you can just remove it. You try to execute it. So there will not be any, see, the output is likewise. Hope few participants are doing along with me. If you are doing, just let me know. Whoever is getting the output, please acknowledge me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I can hear. Rest of the participants, please reply if you are doing along with me and you are getting the proper output. See, I have done one changes also in the at the last column also I have added 2 vertical lines here. If you want to put only one single line, so it will be there. You remove one vertical bar and again execute it. So this will not be there. See here, only one vertical line is there. If you want 3, you likewise you add it. That vertical bar key is available above your enter key on the keyboard. From there I'm getting it. See here, I have added here 3 vertical bars. So 3 bars are there. Yes, someone is having one query.
Yes, ma'am. Then after serial number, we are getting 2 lines, ma'am. I think we did not mention that, ma'am.
Which?
After serial number.
I have mentioned, madam,
Yes,
at the time of explanation here, na?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. See that L is for your left alignment, C is for your center alignment. You can change it. Suppose this first is left alignment, na? I want it at center. I can use C over here and I can run it and I can remove that another line also. See, only one line I have kept, and at the end I'm having the 2 lines, for example. So I can again execute it. Observe the alignment of this is serial number is a left aligned now. So I have made it now center.
Okay.
See the output. See here. I
Yes,
hope
yes,
you're getting it. Yes. See, this is a very simple structure. Actually, you can easily add the table according to your wish. The thing is that suppose if you want to add the multiple columns, or at the time when you are having the one column head, but in that you are having the 2 sub columns likewise, or certain changes in that means row in between a split row is there. At that time, you have to just look out for the syntax how we can get the exactly, because the table structure is very much simple. But according to your requirement, you can modify it. Likewise, you can give only one column head, in that you can have 2 or more rows likewise. So at that time you have to use split thing. So you have to just see the particular syntax from the Google. It is there easily available. But at least now we can have the confidence that you can draw a simple table structure by using this syntax of tabular method with the help of this structure of your columns, how many number of columns and rows will be there. And with the help of and % sign, you can add on the entire data row wise fashion. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You're clear, ma'am.
Dhanashree ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
okay,
there
fine.
is one query. Please add one column.
Add one. Yes, madam. I'll do it. Just a minute. See, I'll first try to remove it or I can add it. Addition is very simple. What you have to do it with the structure. I already told you this parameter. So what parameter you have to go? You have to just go for the position. What position you want? Left alignment, right alignment, or center alignment. And after that, you have to go on adding the columns. For example, now at the end, after this college is my last column now. So if I want to add as a, for example, phone number, for that I'm having one column. So what I have simply add one column and one vertical bar. That's it. But again, I have to modify the definition. Now I have just added the column, but without any name, how it will take. So I have to specify what should be the column name. So here I'm adding as the suppose phone, for example, phone number. Okay, fine. Again, I have to pass the parameters to all these rows for the phone number. Now, till now, we'll just execute how it will show the output. Let's see. See here, I have not completed the rest of the things for the all the rows. That's why it is working, but it is in a half structure way. Means I have added one column. I have given the heading for that column, but I have not provided any parameters to the rest of the rows, and I have not completed it. That's why the things are blank on the rest of the record. So if I want to add some phone number over here, I can give it that record with the help of and %. So for example, for the first and second record, I'm just putting some data in that. Okay. Likewise in the last, or you can say the third one. Unless and until if you are not completing the entire parameter values, it will be give you the blank. Likewise, the output is there. I have now inserted for the 2 rows. Let's see the output. So that first 2 rows, it is showing that particular column with the values. Okay, getting? I can complete the record for the rest of the 2 rows also. Just a minute. The thing is that you have to follow strictly the syntax with the values. If you are not inserting the proper syntax with the values, your table structure will not be
Dhanashree ma'am,
created properly.
there is a one query, how to add a subheading for department. If we want to go for a subheading for department.
Just a minute, madam.
Like teaching, non-teaching. It's very simple, sir. In the department, below that department, only you have to, other things you have to keep a blank. Dhanashree ma'am, you will explain it. Subheading.
You can go, ma'am, for that. If you can, I'll stop sharing. You just show it.
Yeah, sure. See, for the table, if you want to go for the subheading, a simple thing is that you have to, on the new line, how many number of columns are there, that many number of and percentile sign you have to give, like this way, this way, this way. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to consider that below this one, if you want to go for the non-teaching, so you can put it here, non-teaching. But if you want a teaching and non-teaching both, then you have to add here multi column and multi row. This is the one of the package you have to add, and after adding this package, then you have to go for that. And of course, this will be another one more session if I will go for this command. But yes, of course, I will show you how it will look. So if you want, we'll share this one with Gupta sir, so that you can be able to do it. Okay. See here. 1 minute. On to subheading, but if you want more than this one, I will show one more my PPTs, so that you can understand it. There can be possible that you can go for the multiple rows and columns. Give me a minute. It's not opening. Dhanashree ma'am, you have one example with you, some PPTs where you have used the multi-column, multi-rows, because we have to call the multi-column and multi-rows package. 1 minute. Let me close it, because I
just a minute, madam. Just a minute. I'm
minute.
doing the same one. Yes.
Let me start it again, because I have such examples with me. If you want, we'll show it to you, and that code also will share with you. Don't worry. But if we'll start this session, how to add the multi-columns and multi-tables, then it's really difficult. So we'll not go for that. But yes, we can show it to you. So we have some PPTs with me where you can see that somewhere there will be the, I have used it. So I'm using every day. So that is possible in PPTs, it is there. So we'll show it, and if you want, we'll share this code to you people. Okay, 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. See, like this way, you can go for multiple things. So if you don't want any rows and columns and don't want a line, this is also possible. See here, you want like this way, isn't it, sir? You asked me the query like this, right? You want to do it, divide it in number times, right now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So this code will share it to you. Because if you start this one, na, sir, so it will take more 3 hours.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Oh, this code will share. We'll give it to Gupta sir and he will share it to you. Once you understand the basic, na, it is very easy because we required all these packages. See here. I have used this multi-column package. These packages are necessary. And see here, I have generated my own commands. If you see this one, I have generated my own commands. I'm working on my PhD thesis on Indian languages. So I have defined my Indian languages in with different commands. So I'm using directly that commands. I'm not typing it again and again. So like this way you can do it. So this kind of things will definitely share with you. Don't worry. We'll give it to you. This code will share with Gupta sir and he will forward it to you. If your mail ID is with Gupta sir. Yes, sir. Do you have a mail ID of all participants, sir? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Sir has our mail ID.
Yeah, sir. So after this session, I will share these codes with you so that other participants will be get benefited out of that.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Any further query for this table?
Madam, should I show that code for the same? I have executed it if they want.
Oh, yeah. No issue. 1 minute.
You just stop sharing your screen so that I can share.
Yeah, I think there is no query for that. Okay, I was stopping it now. Yeah, take it.
See, actually, I was executing the same code for the multi-row. It is with me in the same example. I hope you can see the. My screen is visible now. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yes. See, this was our previous example. The same way, like begin tabular, we can use that begin table also. Okay. And after that, you can use this centering so that it will be in the center of your paper. In the
So
same way,
multi-column
and yes.
multi-row.
Yes, multi-column and multi-row. This is the example. First, I will discuss with the output. In the output, what we are having, suppose there is one column as an algorithm and it is further split into the two columns again, input and classes. The same way SVM again, urban and non-urban. Here again, Vishat, urban and non-urban means one column and again it is subdivided into the two columns. Same way, I am having this only one row as A, but I am again further divided into the two, urban and non-urban. If you can see the output. So for that thing, actually you have to specify at which column I have to make it as one multi-column and similarly at which row after which entry point I have to make it the multi-row. Multi-column is what? In single column we are adding sub-columns. For that we will use the multi-column, and in a multi-row, in one row you are going to split into the two rows. So for that you have to add the package also at the upper end. So that we call as the multi-row package here. Okay, multi-column and multi-row for that. Means see, if you want to insert or if you want to create something new, the necessary package also it is needed. You have to find out for that, and first you include that package and afterwards it will execute it. So here the similarly the structure will be that number of columns, how many number of columns are there that I have to specify. Now here, if I am splitting into the number of columns, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So finally there are actual 6 columns, but initially there is only 3 columns. Likewise, you have to define the structure. So here in the begin tabular, you have to exactly count total number of columns. So 6 columns are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that 6 columns you have to make a structure for the entire columns, and afterwards how many you have to just combine together. Likewise, so you have to define. For example, horizontal line means this is first this line that I have highlighted. It's going to create a structure for your table with the 6 columns. After that, multi-column is that how many columns you have to insert combined together to form a one column. That is, it is algorithm is split into the 2 columns. So multi-column of a 2 form one column, and the name is given as the algorithm. Clear? So this is covering our 2 columns. Now and person after that, another multi-column is you are just going to combine it 2 columns with the format as a name as a SVM means another. This is this one again and %, and then multi-column for the 2 combined columns, and you can have this Vishat as the last one. Okay, and finally the horizontal line. So same way you have to give the input for that also. Huh? Now, for example, that 6 columns name, that is input classes, urban, non-urban. These are that 6 columns names now initially. Now I would like to explain about the row. In that row also, see, my row is only one. First, what we are used to do, simply you have to just start with the row data, whatever the data will be there, and you have to just separate it with the help of and %. But in the case of row, you are just going to split one row into the to another row. So what is that thing? You have to use again the multi-row. Multi-row, what you are going to do again? With the 2 rows, you are combining together and giving the name as A. And afterwards, whatever the record is that you have to insert, like urban, the values for that each and every column headings. Clear? Miss C, you have to define the table structure according to your wish, how you want to design it. But precisely you have to make the format of that key. After how many columns you have to combine together to form a one column. In a reverse way, means don't think in that way. We have to just split one. We have to take one column and then split it. In a reverse way, you have to go it. You have to first count out how many number of columns actuals are there, and you have to just make it combined together. I hope, sir, the things is clear. This code I will share.
There is one more query is there. How to increase the width and height of the columns? Is it possible, sir? Only, madam, you will show it how to increase it, or should I share my screen again?
You share screen, but madam, what I was saying that we have to proceed with the next experiment also. That's
actually,
why.
Actually, it's very easy, madam. A simple thing: go in the one table, our table. Our table will show it very fast. In our table, ma'am, after
hello.
Size, so it will be increase the width of column.
Madam, what I'm saying is that just I'm now stopping sharing because next experiment you explain along with this also. Okay.
Okay.
You just share your screen so that it will be clear to everyone also, and continue with the next experiment also.
Okay. 1 minute. See here, if you want to increase the width, height, it will be possible. Only the thing is that you have to simply use a and sign here. Double and size will be increase it. Simple. And if you want to increase with some centimeter or with some mm, so whatever ma'am has shown, that up to what centimeter or mm you want to show it, you can do it. Okay. Now it is showing me the error because here I have used it. This one I have not generated here. I made a mistake. So it is showing me the error clearly. So extra alignment character. So obviously I have to add here again the C and everything. I have to check each and everything because here extra column will be there. So I have to add the extra column again here. So this error you should be able to find out what are kind of errors will be there and how you have to find out how to rectify the errors. That is also very necessary thing. See here. So you can increase the see here, if you live there will be the extra space. Like this way you have to can be increase the width and height. So if you want to go for the row height and width, you can go on adding the extra and. Now one more thing is there in the LaTeX, that as you are using a and sign for the showing the rows and column of your table, so you cannot use and sign directly in the text. Like consider I am typing Dhanashri and Aarti. If I will use this simply and Aarti, both are taking session. So if I will use the and sign directly, the LaTeX problem is that it will take a and sign as a row or column. So it will be generate an error to me. So see here, it will be generating the error to me, or otherwise it will not take it. See here, the red button I have got it. So always you have, if you want to use the and sign for the in a text, you have to use the backslash. Then only you can use it. See now, here you will get the and sign. See if you. So here you will get the and sign if you want to use it in the text, because if you are used directly, it will be treated as a Is it clear to all of you? Should I go further? Okay, thank you for acknowledging. Why it is to me? But okay, let us go for the next experiment. That is experiment number 5, BibTech. Okay, so this is the experiment number 5. How you will have to give the, or how you will cite it. Now, normally, when I will go for the any word file and I have to give the number of citations. So if there will be the number of citation 5 to 10, it's okay. You can do it manually. But if my citations will be more than 50, 100 citations are there for my paper, or 100 citations or 200 citations for my thesis. So it's really difficult to give the citation manually. And if there will be any references you are adding and you are deleting it, then manually you have to check it everywhere. But in a LaTeX, you don't need to worry about it. Only the thing is that you have to create a one bib file for your, that is called bibliography file. That is the bib file where I have given the database file. The labeling for this one is the database file. You can give the labeling anything, reference file, database file, bibliography, whatever you feel. So I am here just using this bibliography titles of whatever references I am using. So I'm making a separate one complete file, that is the .bib file, BI databases, and I'm calling in my main file. So where I want to cite a particular reference or that particular paper I want to cite for the particular line. So I have to simply use the cite, and here whatever the main heading for that article bib file is given, I have to simply copy it and then I have to paste it there. Simply I have to paste it here, and then if I will run my program, it will be simply show me the my references. See here, if you see here this one, you are getting the references directly here. Now you may be, and this is will be the new command. See here, I have to call my reference file. So there will be the bibliographic style is there. I have used simple plain style. I can use the IEEE style where if you want to square bracket. So then I have to use here, instead of plain, I have to use the IEEE transaction style. And then I am calling here the bibliography database. Okay. So this bibliography, I have to call it here. Now there may be my there will be question in your mind, how I will get it, or how to generate, I have to type everything like this way. No need to do that. If I will go for this one, if you want, is my screen visible? Okay. Now if you want to cite one particular paper, so simple, if I know some papers are there with me, so I will find out one paper, how to cite it. Okay. So I'm simply putting the something so that 1 minute. I will go more specific so that so this will be some papers I will getting it. So I will see where I want to cite that papers, particular papers. So what I have to do, simply you have to click on the paper. After clicking the paper, yeah. Now in this one, there will be always on a standard sites like IEEE, Springer, Elsevier. If your paper is there, you are citing from these papers, so you will get here the cite this. So it will be show you all the types of the citation you can use. That is the plain text, whatever you are using in the Word file. Then BibTech. So if you take a BibTech here, it's very simple that you have to copy this one. Very simple. Copy it. Simply copy it and where your bib file is there, just simply put it in your bib file. So after this one, I'm simply putting my bib file, whatever the reference is there. So after this, I'm putting simple the reference and put it. If you want, you can relabel it. If you don't like this number, it is very difficult for me to remember. So what I used to do it, my style is always, I will give the first author name here. So sometimes it can be possible that I'm using the same author but before doing this one, please save this one. If you're not saving this one, you will not get here also. So now I want to cite this one. So where I have to cite it? Somewhere I have to cite it. So I will put it simple, cite, and here I have to put that reference, whatever I have copied. Again, save it, and then run your program again. See here, you are getting this reference, and automatically other references has been changed. Accordingly, other references has been. So here you have to do the citation like this way. So at least you can try it your own one at least. Are you getting it? Any message is there? Hello.
Voice is breaking, madam. The message is from that. Voice
No,
is breaking.
now it's clear, ma'am. I understood.
Okay.
Yeah, understood. So you try at least one or two. If you have a net connectivity very properly, go on whichever you like paper, take a citation directly from there, and you can put your citation your own, because there is no need to go anything manually here in the LaTeX. That is the beauty of software, LaTeX software, that you can adjust anywhere your titles, adjust your citation anywhere. You can add how many number of references are there, and then you have to cite it. It's very simple. So please try it once and acknowledge it if you are getting it, please. Yes. Any issue? If now someone is not getting it,
So let us know whether participants are doing along with us, so that we can wait for their output, or we'll proceed further.
yes, sir. If you have done with this experiment, then we'll proceed further. Yes, anyone will acknowledge? Yes,
Proceed,
there is
madam.
something.
Yes, yes, message is there in the chat window. We can proceed, madam. Yes.
Then
Okay, fine.
Dhanashree ma'am, you will please explain then the next further.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Next experiment. Okay.
Okay. Madam, they were facing internet issue over there. It's okay, fine. But at least our experiments are there with them, so they will execute it.
Yes, you can
Try to just understand the concept. Afterwards, once you do by your own, that it will be easy for you also. Okay.
Because see, standard papers, if you are publishing in a Springer and elsewhere and IEEE, so you will get the direct BibTeX file there. But for not a standard paper, then you have to create your own BibTeX file. But it's better to create once. So once you have created it, so lifelong you can use it. That's very simple. So if you are pursuing your PhD and for your ME, so your references for the ME at least 2 years will not go into change, and for the PhD this will be at least minimum 5 years will not be going to change. So once you have created it, you can copy paste it and you can use your references again and again. So it's better to create it once and then call the bibliography file, that is your bib file, whenever required, in which paper you want required, or in your thesis, your reports, wherever you want, you can create it. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Hand over to you.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So moving ahead with the next experiment in our list that we can say. Just a minute. It is of the beamer. I can show you that how many we have just covered it. We have done with these BibTeX right now. Now the next experiment is the beamer. Now please concentrate because this is the most important one, as because it is going to create the presentations or slides shows for us. Means if means every time whenever you're going to present your ME thesis or BTech thesis or whatever the things are there that you want to need to do the presentation for that. So it is the most important experiment for that, because doing this experiment we are going to create the presentations or a slideshow for us. Means whatever the things that you want to give the presentation, it is over there. Means madam, and we have used this same thing to create the presentation for this workshop also. So the important class here is the beamer class. The first step, the beamer class is a very important class which is going to create the presentation in the LaTeX. Okay, so actually I would like to tell you about this beamer class. If you want to know detailed information, you just go on searching the beamer in LaTeX, because this beamer is having the various style sheets as well as the themes. So now what do you mean by style sheets and themes? How it is look like. For example, I'm just going to execute this particular beamer experiment. So here you can see we are having such kind of a background, white background. In the heading we are having the blue color. At the outline section we are having such kind of a you can say the theme structure. Upper side there will be the outline. If I click in any one of these section, I'm just going to jump to that particular section likewise. This is called a theme of your beamer. So that theme you have to just rectify from the internet, because there are so many themes. Some are created by some users also out of the world, and some are already available that are the standard one. You can include any one of that theme, and you can change the colors of that themes also. The first thing that after including this document class beamer, you can do whatever the things you want in the presentation. So the next is what use package here, beamer theme, a split theme is there. Means what? At the center the start is there, the splitted into the two windows or two, black and blue, that we call as the beamer theme strip. You can change the theme and you can have the another theme also to have the another look for your presentation. Okay, rest of the things that changing color and all that I will you can see it later on also, but first of all I want to explain the how you can create the actual presentation. So we'll focus on that, because it's easy to change the color, it's easy to change the theme, so that according to you can have your colors whatever you want in your presentation. But the thing that I have to explain mainly is how you can create one slide, or how you can create your presentation with the next slides, and how we can create the outline for that. So as madam will going to explain in the report also, in this presentation there is no need to create the outline of the topics, it is automatically generated. So how that we will see. So first of all I will go one by one. I have just executed this beamer experiment. So you are getting such kind of output over here. This is your title slide. So in the title slide what should be there? So you will start with this title /title, that is going to start with your presentation. Okay, so my title, after that whatever there in the curly brackets, that is your content actually. That is the LaTeX, a preparation of project report, this one. Okay, and the LaTeX word I want to use in that particular LaTeX theme. So that's why we have added here slash sign. Slash LaTeX is going to print the letters likewise. Your LaTeX is looking like. Okay, if I'm just removing it, normal LaTeX will be there. Like, see, I'm just going to do it for your understanding purpose. I'll execute it by removing this slash. See, so it will just look for the normal LaTeX word. See, you can see here. Okay, getting as it is, it will be printed. But if I'm putting this slash sign, so it will print like your LaTeX word, which is there for the LaTeX actual. Its presentation. Okay. See here. Okay. Moving ahead. So this is the title. Whatever the title you want to give, you have to add into this curly brackets. Okay. And a short title, or you can say the header and footer in our language. So for that you can use this square bracket, and that short title will be there at a footer. See here, that LaTeX a preparation project report. So if I'm removing this report, user observe it. It is there from this down. This one. This is footer is there. So I have just removed this report word, and I'm just going to execute it. Miss footer you can insert into the square bracket. Okay, see here. Now the report word is not there. I'm again repeating. If you want to add the footer, it is there in the square bracket, and whatever the actual content is there, you can add it to the curly brackets. Fine. Again, author Aarti Bakshi. Afterwards, you have to add the institute and institute address. See here, institute is what? You can say in short, it's a function. And what is that function definition? Here it is, that is case of the institute. So that will be displayed after the author title. And afterwards, you can see it is the entire address of that college address and whatever you want to put over there. Afterwards, it is going to take that entire care key, how your title will be there, key how title ka font will be at the topmost. After that, author name will be there, and after that, you can say in the subscript you are having your address. So it is taken care by this font, this syntax itself. Whatever the syntax you are following, it's going to know it's a title slides. So accordingly, the font and size will be adjusted. No need to do, and it is taken care by the theme also. According to that theme, the letters will be displayed. And finally, that one more thing, the date. So you have to insert the date by using this date slash stp of a, for example, this date you can change it. If I want to put the today's date, we can insert it here, whatever the date you want to do. For example, it is the 4th September 2021. So the date will be changed. Okay. So this was the title slide. Moving ahead. So up till this only header part and the title slide was there. But our main document was the begin document and end document. I mean, whatever you are writing in this begin document and the end document, that is what our content is there every time. Make it sure. Now here, when you want to create any slide, for that, instead of your section, subsection, we are using the keyword as a frame, or a frame structure is over here. Means what? Any slide after the title slide, I want to insert one another slide. So that slide is inserted with the help of frame. Slash frame is the command for that. So slash frame, and inside slash frame, you have to just open and close this curly bracket, and you have to just go for adding this slides or content into the slides. So now this is frame. Inside that, we are inserting this title page. The title page already we have discussed. What will be my title page? It is there upside. So I have started with my presentation with the slide. Okay, begin document, end document will start with my title page. Here I have inserted title page. Next, in that next section is my outline. So see, section and frame, don't get confused. Whenever you have to give the new heading to your slide, we are starting with the section. Okay, I'm again repeating. When you want to add one new heading, for example, outline of the topic, it is my heading. Okay, so that should be in the next section. The section is what? In the index. Likewise, this is my index. You can see in the black color. I hope it is visible. Please observe the output in the black color. So outline is my one section. Another section is my introduction. I'm just clicking on the introduction. Introduction is my next section. Likewise, whatever your content are there section wise, if you want to insert, you can insert the sections likewise. And it may happen in one section, there may be multiple slides. Please concentrate. What is the section? What is the frame? Section is that point that you want to explain. For example, one section is there as an introduction. In the introduction, you might be having 4 to 5 slides. To insert that 4 to 5 slides, and after that, for example, after introduction, if you're having literature review, in the literature, it is another section. So for that, you have to use the keyword as a section. Clear? So I'm just explaining the what is the code is there. So first frame is my title page. After that, I'm having another section as the outline, because it should be there afterwards. Outline. Here outlining nothing but index of your entire presentation. Likewise, your index of your report and thesis. It will be explained by the madam, not an issue. The things will be clear later on also for the theoretical document. Here, your outline is how automatically generated. You have to just simply call frame title, outline of the topics, and one by one, this star, this is section star outline, that is going to be inserted automatically. Whatever the section you are going to add over here means what, now we are having outline as one section, introduction as the another section. So all these sections are automatically inserted in the outline of the topic, and this is nothing but your index. If I click on the introduction, I will be there at the introduction slide, and introduction slide is going to contain this 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise so many slides in that. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so we will see the first section, that is the introduction. Means outline over. Outline is automatically created. No need to add any kind of a word heading over there in the outline. So next section is what? My introduction. In that, I'm again repeating. If your any section want number of frames, nothing but your number of slides. For example, introduction may contain my 4 slides. So you have to add 4 frames over here. Okay, so this first frame. So what is that frame title? So you may give the frame title. If you don't want to give the frame title, you just going to just remove this particular command. No need to give the frame title. Then most important thing, many of the things whenever we are going to do in the presentation, that we have to put the content in a point wise fashion, or you can say the bullet wise fashion. First bullet, second bullet, first point, second point, likewise. So whatever you want to do is that you have to use this itemize structure, begin itemize and end itemize. So what is begin itemize and end itemize? Actually, it is nothing but your bullet structure which will be added in your presentation slide. As many items that you want, that you can insert it. So for that you have to use this syntax, begin itemize and end itemize. Afterwards you have to start your first item as a slash item, that is your seminar reports. Okay, so after that second item, see in this itself, if I want to insert another item, I can go for slash item only, for example report. Okay, so here you observe the output. See, I'm here only on the first slide. After the outline, I'm here in the introduction. The title heading is the need. So this is the need. Okay, this is your first output. Now what I have done, I have just added one item. There was only one item as a seminar report. Now here another item is there. I have added is the report. So we'll just execute it once. Okay, so after this introduction, previously it was only having the seminar report. Now I'm having this report which I have added. So likewise, as many items or as many statements. See, I have just inserted 1 or 2 words. You can have a sentence also to explain your 1 or 2 points. So sentence wise, suppose you have 2 bullet points, you can add that entire sentences, and you just go on increasing your items one by one. And at the end, you can use this end itemize. Okay. Now this is the iterative structure. You can add it. See, whatever this code is there, na, it is what actually it is iterative structure. Means what? First item will be as it is, seminar reports, and after that I can add project report in the next slide. After that I can add research paper in the next slide. Likewise, this structure is there. Okay, see here. Now first 2 will be as it is, then I have added seminar report. Now in the next frame, first 2 as it is, third seminar report, project report is as it is. Now research paper will be added. Okay, here please observe the output simultaneously. I'm explaining. I am here item 3. Item 3 means what? You have to just create the same frame as it is, and first 2 slides will be as it is. Means first 2 slides content will be as it is. For example, what were the first 2 slides? Seminar report and report will be as it is, and I'm adding this project report in the second slide. Okay, in the third slide I'm adding the research papers. So it is there. See here, actually this structure is there. No, using this arrow, that is item 2 dash arrow. It is nothing but your recursive frame structure which is coming again and again. So instead of this, if you don't want to use this one or you are not getting it, what you can do it, I'm just going to make it in the comment. See here, it's very simple how you can create one frame structure. Likewise, I'm just executing it. Okay, this is my first frame. The frame title is need, and in that I want to discuss 2 points. So I have used this itemized structure, begin itemize, end itemize, and that slash item I will write whatever I want to write it. Okay, so here 2 points are there. Now suppose next frame I want to add in the introduction section itself. So what I can do it, I'll just go for slash frame. See, whatever I have commented, it is a recursive frame calling. So if you are not getting it, it's very simple. I have to just go on adding this thing as a slash frame, and instead of giving the name for the frame, I can add here itself. Means separate, you don't want to write this particular command, I can give here the text as a frame title as a need. After that I can say the scope, for example. Okay, and what should be the structure for that? I'll just open and close the curly bracket. Inside that, again I want to add simple structure, simple sentence without any bullets. You may have some content in that, so you just write it down. This is scope of my project. Okay, So what I have done, I have added one another frame in the need itself. Sorry, in the introduction itself. In the introduction, one slide is of about need. Next slide I have added as a frame, but I have inserted frame structure for that. Okay. So you can see the output. Just a minute, madam. I'll just.
You can
Yes.
add a section there so that they can
I will add. I will add section also,
text.
madam.
Yes.
I will add one section also after this. I'm just executing this because it's for recursive structure. Now see here. Okay. Just a minute, madam. Okay, it was it. Just a minute. Okay, so in the frame scope, frame title, it was not open. Okay, fine. Just I want to show you how we can add the another slide in this particular introduction section. So we have added this scope slide over here by just using frame. If you don't want to add normal frame structure, if you want to add one section, you can repeat the same thing key slash section, and you can give the section name over here. For example, I'm just adding it over here. Conclusion at the last. Okay, so in that, this will be my new section. If suppose I'm not going to add something over here, but it will be there in the outline. I'm just executing this one only. Okay, without adding any sections in that. So it will not be displayed over here because in this section we have not added any frame. Unless until if you are not adding any frame, it is not going to display the content. For example, to save the time, I'm just going to copy and paste the same thing over here. And I'm just going to execute it. See here, means what I have done. I have added one section named as the conclusion. And in that section, one frame that will contain some text. See here, now you can observe there are three sections. First is your outline, second is your introduction, and third is your conclusion. And the same is added in your table of content. Means I have not created this index, but automatically is going to be generated because I have inserted one extra section. I hope you all are getting whatever I'm doing. Someone please acknowledge. Hello.
Dhanashri ma'am. They
Yes,
have
madam.
a query. Directly, can we go on that particular slide? It is possible to
Yes,
go
yes.
directly slide, or from slide we can go directly to that code.
You can say the title slide every time you have to open it, and instead of going for the each and every slide content, if I want to directly see the conclusion, I can simply click on the conclusion. I will be there. I have just inserted the thank you text only over here. I can change it. Fine. I'm just going to execute it again, so it will not create any confusion. You can directly jump to that particular section just by clicking from the title slide. For example, here I am now having the conclusion from the title slide. I'm going to the conclusion. That's it. Means no need to scroll down entire content. So this is what means directly you are having the URL or the connectivity in between the slides while using this LaTeX Beamer content. So Beamer is the very powerful class which is going to execute the things very fastly, nicely. You can present your content. Okay. I hope, ma'am, this is clear. And to just directly put the content, what you have to write down in the frame structure, you have to begin center. No need to use the center. If you want the context at the center, the content will be displayed at the center, or else you can just begin text and end text. You can have this, whatever the message you want to print. Okay. Likewise, the last slide is there that madam has included here, that any doubts and Aarti Bakshi. So this is my last slide. So you can add it. Direct content. And if you want to add your bullet points or you want to add your numbering, so you can use such kind of a content. See, this is actually, these items are continuously recurring fashion. If you see the output now, only one frame structure is added. I'm just going to uncomment it. And in that frame structure, the previous point will be as it is, and next all the things are going to be added over here. See here, you can see only the 4 slides, but if I'll execute along with this, there will be 7 frame structure using this itemize. I'm just going to show it. Yes, see here, first is my need slide. In that, this seminar report and report is there. Afterwards, I have added project reports. Afterwards, I have added research papers. Likewise, I can go on adding the things using this itemize in a recursive fashion. The main thing is that when you go for the presentation, you need this itemized structure. And along with that, if you want to put some figures, if you want to put some tables, you can use the structure which were already explained. The table and figures now we know very well. You can add likewise. Is it clear to all? I think I have cleared the queries. Should we proceed
Dhanashree
ahead?
ma'am, yes, Dhanashree ma'am, it is 3:10 already, and we have
Uh-huh.
to go for the thesis writing.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Okay, so I'm just going to stop with this. Now the next section is also going to be explained by me only. So the next experiment will moving ahead. After the beamer, we are having this IEEE transaction. See, I will not take much more time for this. See, now the main point comes over here. Many of you are the research scholars doing your research or your master's or your PhD. At that time, it is very much needed that you have to present your paper in various kinds of transactions. So you can see the journal papers, the conferences. So for that, actually your conference organizers are going to provide you the templates. The same templates are likewise. But if suppose it is specified clearly, we want your bare journal, we want your conferences. So for that, they are going to provide you the ready-made template. No need to worry about it. So the same kind of a thing I have just going to explain over here. One of the conference template. And see, you might be having the question, madam, from where we can get it? No need to worry about it. It is available by the conference organizers. They are going to provide you in the whatever the format you want it. It's a 2 column, 1 column. It should be journal paper. It should be conference paper. Likewise, they are going to provide it. The same I am just going to execute you for you people. Okay. So I have this executed a conference template. So I will just going to discuss your output over here. See, in that conference paper, you want to add your title and you can say the author names likewise, the same fashion. See, now you are having the practice how you can read your editor, how you can see the commands. So I'm not going in detailing with that. You have to just use the proper format of your users and your authors, and they have listed over here what are the authors, okay, and their styles and your email ID like thing. Means ready-made template they are going to provide. They means who are taking your IEEE conferences or any journal paper or any conference organizers are there, they are going to provide you. The same here, it is the IEEE transaction conference paper, and that make title. What will be the title that you have to put it? Abstract goes here. See, you can see the begin abstract, end abstract. Someone was asking that there is no numbering in the paper. Madam, you can refer such kind of a template. So in that there is no any numbering. See, you can directly start with your abstract. Afterwards, you are having your introduction section, conclusion, likewise references. See here. So we can go through this particular template. In that, you are having the section as the introduction. So I think as I have taken first experiment, how you can write a paragraph and you can say the first document, the same kind of a thing is there. But actually this template is going to contain your IEEE format. It's a 2-column paper. So likewise, they have their own styles and own configuration related to your 2-column paper. Okay. So in that same, we have first section introduction. So whatever you want to write, you can write it down again. See in the subsection or section heading is also there. See subsection heading here. Subsection in that subsection heading here goes. See in the subsection they have started with the A as a letter. You might be having question, madam, I don't want to use 1 2 3 4, I want to use the letter heading. So they have provided likewise here. Okay, again in that last afterwards you can having in another section. So you will again start with this section after completing your subsections. So I'm having another section as the conclusion here with the second number. Next I am having the acknowledgement. Now there is no, see here in the acknowledgement there is no any numbering. Okay, so you can use star over here for the concluding with the acknowledgement. Means acknowledgement will come without any numbering. Okay, after the conclusion acknowledgement is there, which is having no any number. Same way for the references also, there will not be any kind of a numbering for the references. And I think right now itself madam has told about the bibliography, how we can add it with the help of BibTeX. So this is their BibTeX or Bib item they have used over here, references in this. Okay, is it clear madam about the conferences? Rest of the all student please acknowledge, not student participants, sorry. complete paper code. See, madam, complete paper code means see, paper content will be of yours only. We can provide or see whatever this content is there, that is only the of paper. You just go on writing your sections and your entire content. It will create the entire paper for you. Okay, one query from one of the participant. See, paper content will be as it is only. And one more thing I am repeating from starting, whenever I started with this IEEE transaction, in any conferences, if you want to publish a paper, they have the guidelines. What should be the paper format? They are going to provide the word templates also, like IEEE word template. The same way, likewise, they are going to share with us the LaTeX template, whatever they want. So it is there with this. The thing is that you have to properly download it. You have to open it. You will get the proper format with this sentence forming structure and column wise. It should be 1 column, 2 column, how the author names should be displayed. Everything they are having with them. With their bibliography text also, likewise. See here, they have their bibliography file also, and you can see over here. So likewise, you can add your references and you can create the bibliography. Okay, I will like to share the journal paper cut template also. Just a minute. This was your IEEE conference. I'll again going to open the journal paper. See here, there is the pair journal. I'm just going to execute it. See, it is the IEEE transaction journals. So in that, see, we don't want to do any kind of a changes. It is as it is ready-made template. You have to just put your content with your sections, whatever you want. So how the formatting will be look like, where should I place my photo, where should the address will come, where should I write about me? No need to worry about it. You have to just go through your template and you will get, and likewise you have to insert your content and you can complete your paper. See, same way here, introduction, sections, subsections as it is, conclusion is there. If you want to add certain extra things like after this, you can have acknowledgement and then appendix. Just a minute. Just a minute. Please hold on. Sorry for the disturbance. Hope you got this journal paper format also. See, it's very basic thing. You don't need to worry about anything. If you want to write any paper using the LaTeX format, just according to their conferences, according to their journals. Okay, in wherever you want to publish a paper, you just put your content and everything will run smoothly. The thing is that if suppose some style sheets or some particular, you can say the bibliography text or databases are required, that should be with you. Okay. Hello. If someone is going to talk with me. Hello. Yes, any query for the journal paper and all?
Ma'am.
Yes. Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I have written some papers in Microsoft Word. For the
Okay.
references, Mandlay or EndNote was very convenient, ma'am. As now I have just seen whatever BibTeX you have told, ma'am. So for Mandlay or EndNote, directly we can select the required font. I mean, so the required format, is it IEEE or is it elsewhere like that? So like that options are not available here, ma'am.
See, madam. What you are talking about, font or what exactly?
No, references, ma'am. Adding references.
References. So Aarti madam, explain na. You got
Yes.
it or you didn't
No,
got
ma'am.
it?
Yes, I've got it. But whenever we comparing this with the Mandlay or anything, in Mandlay, what will we do, ma'am? We can at a time go for n number of references format, no, ma'am. We can select that text and we can go for n number of things at a time. So, but here we have to copy paste the format, whatever is the required, no, ma'am, actually.
Okay. I got your query, madam.
Yes,
And you are convenient with that thing that you are saying. You are trying to say.
Yes.
I can understand, madam. But the thing is that, okay, fine. You can select n number of references in whatever the format you want. But for cross referencing, okay, suppose in between, suppose you have written 2 references. And afterwards, suppose you thought, yes, one more is needed. Then if at the third place, if you're inserting any new reference, so what you have to do, you have to manually change all the references number in the back references in your content. Yes or no, madam? You got my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
there is no need in the LaTeX to do all this manual work, madam. You have to just add the proper back references that madam has shown. Na? In the
Yes,
curly
ma'am.
bracket, you have one back reference. You have to just add on that. Means in any sequence, your references will be there. You just have to just put the proper keyword of that reference, and that will be referred over here without manually changing the references in your final whatever the end is there at the references. Means no need to change all the numbering. You have to
Okay.
change it manually in the Word or in OneNote, na?
Yes, ma'am.
So no need to do over here, madam. It's going to save your time also, because see, sometimes what happen, some 2 or 3 more references you need while you study, and at the time you have to insert in between. So it is very tedious work to go on inserting in between, and again, rearrange all the numbering for the entire document. Yes or no, madam?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is easier in that way. And again, for selecting the styles also, madam has shown to copy and paste. So once see, whatever your domain in any research, that can be your ME or MTech or PhD. So once you start writing whatever your work is there, mostly the references will be likewise there. You are just going to add on it. So once you make your one database file and you just go on inserting, and again, there is no need to do the numbering or to insert in a proper position. Wherever you insert in any reference, no need to rearrange it. You have to just put the proper keyword of that reference. It will be referred wherever in your content.
Okay.
Okay, got it,
Okay,
madam?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I hope that bibliography means references part as well as the conference paper and the journal paper is clear to everyone. I hope, sir, it is clear by the participants. Please, someone acknowledge.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay, fine. Actually, Aarti madam is facing some internet issue. That's why she called me. We'll ask for her if she's there. Otherwise, I'll just first stop the presentation because she would like to discuss the next thing. Okay. I think she's there or not. I'll just search for it. She's not there, I think. Okay, fine. Anybody is having any query till now? Because the next part is thesis part. And madam was going to cover that thesis. If she is coming, it's okay. Otherwise, I can continue with the thesis part. See, up till now, whatever our research is there, we are putting with the help of our papers, our journals. Okay, but at the end, we have to conclude this everything in the chapter-wise fashion. So how to call that chapter, how to do these things. That is what entirely your chapter is there, or you can say the chapter-wise complete thesis is there. Okay, so I'll continue with this chapter thesis also. Okay, anybody is having any doubt? No one is having any doubt. Okay, fine. I'm again sharing my screen. My screen is visible. Someone please acknowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we have seen this IEEE transaction. This folder is with you. It is going to contain several formats, or you can see the templates. Okay, you can select any one of this, and this is your database file or IEEE transaction style file. It's the LaTeX class which is going to follow that IEEE transaction. It is already included in your text file. See here, you can see the structure. Means if suppose again any one of you having the doubts key how this IEEE structure is going to follow properly. Actually, this IEEE transaction file, that is the LaTeX class file. This class file is very much important to follow all these formats. Unless until you are not including this IEEE transaction LaTeX class file, this will not be executed. You're upside all text files. Okay, because in each and every LaTeX file, it is called over here. You can see, I can show you that IEEE transaction LaTeX class file is there. And you are just going to complete with this. Okay, see here. Just a minute. Here itself, I am having. See, I have opened this bare Cladjandra. So IEEE LaTeX file is there with the class. Every time you have to just refer it. You go upside only. See, document class, we are writing for the journal, and here you are referring this LaTeX class as the IEEE transaction. Okay, I have now removed it. I'm again going to do it. See here. See, if IEEE transaction.cls is the class file, it has not been installed into the LaTeX system file, manually specify the path. If it is not in this folder, you have to just specify the path, because For IEEE transaction, this class file is needed. Likewise, if you go for your Springer, likewise you go for your another publications, they are having their class files that you have to include in your documentation. Got it? I hope that is clear, madam. Those who are writing their papers in the conferences and journals, they might be having such. Yes. The feedback. Okay, fine. It's the feedback message. Okay, I'll proceed with the next thesis.
Thank you, Dhanashree ma'am.
Yes, madam. Okay, you are there. Kya? Okay, okay, fine.
Yes.
I'll stop my presentation. You continue with the thesis part, madam.
Yes, sir, sure. Just a minute. I will share my screen. Sorry, I was logged out because of net connectivity issue. Now, let us go for the thesis writing. Now, how do you have to write down the thesis? Because everyone, as I know, it is very interesting part for everyone. So, ready-made template is provided from our side for you people. I'm closing all the most of them because we want to open the thesis where we'll be having a multiple files in the thesis. Okay. Now, let us go for the 8th experiment, that is the thesis. Now, in this 8th experiment, there is one file is that is the main file, that is the Q131 is my main file, text file. So I will open this file first. Okay, let me go to the folder so that I will explain you how we are doing it. See, where you have kept your folder, here thesis, if you see here, there are many chapters are there. Means for each and every chapter, whatever I am writing, for this chapter, I have called I have generated one complete new text file, and I have called all this sub programs, that your one chapter is acting as a sub program, and this program, that chapter we are calling, that is sub program, I am calling in a main file. So if you see this one here, you need to call what is chapter you are writing. For that particular chapter, you no need to call the programs. Okay, so you no need to write any kind of packages. You need to write any document class in your chapter. Only in the main file, you have to define the document class, where you have to define the font size, which kind of paper you want to use, that is A4 size, final print, one side, as it is a report. Report means it will be, you are writing your thesis, that's why it will be the report. And whatever the packages are necessary, that packages you have to define it here only. And obviously begin document and end document. Within this only, you have to define all the commands which are necessary for you to call. So if you see this one in the begin document, I have already told you people that between the begin document, between the document class and begin document, whatever is there, all these are nothing but your preambles. But as you will go in the main file of your thesis, this whatever the command you have defined it, these commands are nothing but the body commands. These commands are called as the body commands, which you have been called in your main program. Okay, now here, if this page style is empty, because I don't want any kind of a style to find my document. So input is what? Cover page. Cover page of that institute, everything will be covered in the cover page. So if you want to call that cover page, you have to use the \input command. Then certificate. Certificate means after completing of this one, you will get one certificate stating that you have completed this, partially completed your undergraduate project title or graduate project titles or your ME or MTech project title. So this certificate will give you, and input is the declared.txt file. Declare means what? You are declaring something that I have not copied anyone material. I have written my thesis my own. All this declaration is necessary. University to university it is varying, and it is very well available for that particular university where you are doing your work. Then input, you have to again the page style is I have to keep the input empty because I don't want any page style is there. I want to do it in the A4 size paper. Then acknowledgement, if you want to give the acknowledgement to your guide, then you have to acknowledge to your head of department, principal. So acknowledgement will you have to call. Then you have to call the abstract, that is the input abstract. So all this abstract, cover page, acknowledgement, everywhere it will be written differently. Then if you want to add the chapters, so there is a command is used, add content contents line TOC chapter abstract. So I want the abstract should be in the chapter, starting point of the abstract. And then page numbering, I want to give the page numbering as a Roman. So page numbering for the after the abstract, I have to go for the Roman. Then I want to add the list of figures. Means there is a, if I'm writing my thesis in the LATEX, if I'm labeling the figures, I'm labeling the equations. If I'm labeling the tables also, and tables and figures, you no need to do the manually indexing of it. You just simply call this command list of figure, and then you add a command, add contents of line doc chapter list of figures. If you call this one, so whatever the list figures you are taking in your thesis, or whatever the figures labeling you are giving, as you are seeing with the figure environment, and whatever the tables you are putting it in your thesis, that table by using a table environment. So if you are labeling that tables, you are labeling that figures, this index will be automatically generated. You no need to do it. It will be automatically generated. So this command is the table of content. So here it will be generated the automatically your content. Then if you want to go for the new page, you can go for the / new page, because I want to go for the new page. Then by chapters will be called, should be, so it will be new page. Then the page style I want to plain. So it depends on which kind of thesis you are writing, for which university you are writing. So accordingly that you have to change the page style. Then you have to go for the page numbering. So it depends on the which again it is depend on the university. So it will be, for my university it is Arabic, so I'm using Arabic. So now you have to give the spacing between the two lines, whether you want to 1/2 spacing, double spacing, or single spacing. So my university is for the 1/2 spacing, so I'm using a 1/2 spacing. Then I have to call all the chapters. Chapters means wherever you are writing the chapters, introduction, literature survey, methodology, then you are exactly the what methodology you have designed. Then you have to go for the advantage, disadvantage, limitations, our results and discussions, and then after, of course, conclusion and future scope. So all these things you have to call here by using the input chapter.text file. So you have to write it differently. It is, I will run the program and I will show it to you. And then of course bibliography. So renew command is there, that /bib that name, that is the bibliography. Whenever I'm writing a bibliography, I'm using many references. If I'm writing my thesis, more than 100, 200 references are there. So as I have explained you in the BibTeX file, you have to create on different BibTeX file for your bibliography, that you can call your bibliography, and then you can call it here directly by using the bibliography command. So here I'm using a bibliography style IEEE transaction, because here in my college, in my university, I'm using this IEEE transaction style. So I have to use this style. And then bibliography is what? Database is labeling or name is given by me to my bibliography. So you can vary the name, no issue. Okay, so new command bibliography we have given as a reference title chapter name. So it will be chapter is a chapter labeling is a reference. So if I will run this program, if you see this one, it will take some time because so if you see able to see this one clearly, yes, someone please acknowledge me.
Yes, it is visible, madam.
It is visible. Okay.
Scroll up first, huh?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, please. Please see this one from here. Now someone asked me, ma'am, is it possible to go on or whether I want to do the changes? So it is necessary that we have to scroll up and scroll down. No need. If you see if here your cursor is at this particular page, simply right click it. After right click it, you will get a one command that is go to the source. If I will click it on the go to score, here my cover page will become automatically. Then if I want to change the title of the, so I will change the title. That is a speaker recognition. You can change the title here. Okay. So title is after, of course, its font size should be very large. So I have used the command is a backslash large and at the end and begin. So this template is prepared by us for our undergraduate engineering student. So it is written by that submitted the partially fulfillment of requirement of degree. So line break is there if you want to give the line break on the next line. So it is given line break. Then I want the Bachelor of Engineering. This particular sentence I want to be in the bold. So I have used the backslash text BF bold. Then I want a space between the who is submitted. So this space, vertical space is given by me here. It will be the V space, 1 centimeter. You can increase it. If you want to, you increase it. You want to decrease it, you can decrease it. Again, I have to put a line break where after this one, who will be submitting it. After this one, the name of the student. If I have given here Yukta Shaha is one of my students, or otherwise you can give the another name also here. If I will give another name is Pooja. Okay. So roll number you have to give, or you can ask your students to give the roll number. So like this way you can do the changes. This is the template used by University of Mumbai. So we are using the following the template particularly for Mumbai University. And then who will be the guide name? So name of the guide. And then of course the which department you are belong to. Communication, our college name, that is the KC College of Engineering. If you see here, I have used the backslash because and will not be supported directly. It will be act as a column and rows operator for the LATEX. So we have to use a backslash. If you see this one backslash I have used if I'm using a and then for which here I have to submit my title of thesis. So this is the cover page I have designed. After this one, you can go for the certificate. So if again there is no need to go back and open it from there, I will directly go on this one. So it will be go on the certificate column where I have to use again the large text bold. I want a certificate for this one, text bold. Then I want to give a space somewhere. So space you can vary this space. Then begin center and end center, whatever you want. So this is the title of my student, that is auto tracking system for satellite communication. So this is the title is given by my student thesis or its so name of the student. You can again give the name of the student, roll number. Then who will be submitting? Electronics Telecommunication Department. Then we have to go two logos for this one. Is the one Mumbai University logo and one is the another our college logo. So here that logo I have to give. So here begin flush left because I want to give that particular thing is on the left side, and then right side, whatever. If you want to give it in the right side, then use the flush left instead of left. You can use the right. So depend on you where you want to do it and according change it. And here, of course, you have to give the below that one the head of the department space that is the head of department signature and principal signature. So you can put it here. So this way you can adjust everything. You can go on the new line by using again the flush left. Okay, now declaration. Of course, this declaration part is vary from university to university. So this is the declaration we are doing in a Mumbai University. So you have to declare it that my idea is I have written in my own words. I have not taken or not stolen anyone idea. So all these kind of declarations you will get on the university website. So this you have to follow the university website. And again, you have on the left side, I want the name of the student and roll number and everything signature. Begin flush left and end the begin flush left, end of flush left. So here you can give the name of the student. Then space you want to give that horizontal space, you have to use the H space, and for the vertical space you have to use the \V space. So this space you can vary it. Here I have given 20 mm space, you can vary it. Now project approval for the B. So this is the project approval. We have to give examiner signature and everything here. So here is the project approval title, whatever the author name, and it is approved as a Bachelor of Engineering for the Electronics and Telecommunication. So like this way you can go. So acknowledgement. So here see, we are acknowledging the project coordinator, then head of department, who will be our principal. And if you want to bold for this one, you can do like this changes here. You can go italic like ma'am told you. You can go for the italic font, or you can go for the bold font, and you can make here the person particular name is bold. If you can't want to make it italic, you can use a italic font size. So like this way you can vary it. Now abstract. So here again we are generating the abstract. So actually abstract is nothing but your short explanation of your project, whatever is, or you can say it is a short summary of your project. So you have to explain shortly the summary of your project. Okay, so short summary of your project you can do like this way, to the changes, and then you can mention the abstract here. So see here, if I have done the changes, some changes, so here it will be short summary of your project. Now from main file we have called, see the list of figure and the list of tables automatically generated. See, this is the template I have generated, so I have not included any figure and tables here, but it will be generated directly. The content, see here, chapter name is directly appended to the contents. There is no need to do it manually. So if you go for this particular chapter name, because we have called it directly, chapter name is introduction. If I will go for this one, so this is the introduction. Chapter 1 shall be introduction. So whatever the sections for this is the chapter label or chapter name is given. And after this one, you will be having a different sections, subsections, like ma'am has explained in the first experiment. You can go for the sections and subsections. So you can include the subsection here. After introduction, what will be the scope, what will be the need of this project, So like this way you can make the changes if you want. So, and if you want, you can add the figures, you can add the tables by using a table figure environment. If you want to add an equation, you can add it. See here, this is the here section, subsection, need of the project. So this way you can make the changes in this. Then this is the chapter number 2, where you can go for the literature survey. So you can write about the literature survey, and if you want to cite it, then the citation you have to give here, if from your bibliography. So I have given here the cite. See here, in a problem definition, I have given the citation site. This is the one of the author I have taken. So if I take this author again in the citation, you can, or you can change it, because I think I have used it here also. 1 minute, give me 1 minute. chapters 2 publish. Yes. So I can use this one here. So you can cite it here. And if I want to use my bibliography, because I have not cited everywhere the bibliography, so I have to open it here. So that my bibliography is the database text file or bibliography file, whatever you want, you can open it. So bibliography, I have used it. Now another one bibliography, if I'm using this one, so I take this one from this, and then I go in the literature survey and I will cite it. So cite it whenever you want. Prepare your bibliography, cite it, whatever I have explained, you have to prepare it. Again, then you have to go for the main Q file and then run the program. I make my PC habitual to run the main program, but please you don't try in the chapter. You have to make it there. See here, I have used the IEEE transaction. In an experiment, we have used the plain bibliography style. So you are getting there the simple bracket, but here you will get the square bracket because I have used the IEEE transaction style. So it depends on the style to style. So your bibliography, your references, how you have to cite it here. This style is depend on. See, if you are clicking on this one, it will be show me the reference directly here. It will go to directly the reference like this. You can make the changes. Then problem definition. Then it will go for this one, the proposed work. Here you can add your title, your tables and your figures, whatever is explained previously. Then hardware description, circuit diagram, software. So if you are giving this one as a subsection, if you are giving a section and subsection, it will be directly go to the table content or contents. There is no need to generate the index separately. So this is the advantage, disadvantage. Then results and discussion. Then chapter is a conclusion and bibliography. So this is the thesis writing. How this is the ready-made template made by us. So for our students, so we are giving it to you. Hope you will it will be helpful for you. Of course, according to your university requirement, you have to make some changes in this one. You cannot use it directly because it is from our university. So according to our university, we have made it. Yes, any doubt in this? So you have to please remember, you have to run main file, that is Q31 file, and if you want to do the changes, please make the changes in the table. I'm repeating again. See here, my folder is there open. So if you want to do the changes, any changes, you have to do the changes in the chapter. You're not supposed to do the changes in a Q31 file. Q3 is your main file, which your main program file you have to run, and all these sub programs you have to call in your main file. And of course, sub programs I have already given to you. So it is where this is with you. Any doubt? Or should I proceed further?
Yes, madam. Actually, they are asking for our mail IDs. I convert them that we are going to share it at the end. So that
at the end of the session,
yes. And madam, that procedure actually, Rashmi, madam, I want to say that everything that we are discussing, that is already shared with your sir yesterday itself at the day one. So whatever the thesis writing, all chapters and everything, the procedure, it's very simple. You have to just go for main tech file and you have to call one by one each and every chapter. This is only the simple process. Madam, the query is there in the chat window.
Yes,
Aarti, madam, you can say it. It is the madam is asking
one
about
minute.
you open it. Yes.
Window. Okay, please send me material how to prepare the thesis. It is already shared, ma'am. It is already shared. It is there in your folder. If you are not getting, please ask to Gupta sir.
Yes.
And of course, mail ID will share to you. Our mail ID.
At the end, yes, definitely.
Yes, definitely will in chat box we'll put our mail IDs. Still, you have a further any query related to thesis writing, because I think very much interested in writing a paper and thesis, everyone right now, because at the end I should be able to write my paper, I should be able to make up PPTs, and should be able to make write my thesis in the LaTeX. So that is the motivation behind this 2 days workshop, right? Okay. Now the last part is that is 1 minute. Report writing. Report means similar like thesis only. Only the thing is in the report writing, this is a simple report. If you can say it is a pre-synopsis report. That's why we have given the name to the template is a report writing. Only in this template, I will open this one also for you people. In this template, we have not included all the declaration part and all this, which whatever is necessary in the thesis. Only this is the difference. Otherwise, like way, there will be the main program and sub programs have been called in the main program. Same procedure. Only the thing is that we have not given any kind of declaration, because in the pre-synopsis, or if you are having a final year first semester, or we are saying it here the seventh semester, we no need to declare anything. So declaration part and all these things are not included in the report. Only we have generated abstract, acknowledgement, certificates, and then cover page, and then all the and the chapters numbers. So it is similar like a thesis only. Only declaration part which is not there, or examiner part, examiner declaration. So here examiner page is also not included in this report. Otherwise, numerature, culture, whatever you are using this that synchronyms and all these things, you can include it. See here, we have included the table. If you want to see this one, so table, if you will include the table name is given as the list of students. So there is no need to label it manually. You will get it here. See, list of table. Automatically it will be generated. There is no need to do it manually. So if you include some figure here also, so figure will be also generated automatically. So you can acknowledge it. You can add an appendix here. So see, all this kind of can be possible. If you will see here, we have included the chapter as appendix. So you can important terms, whatever you want, you can include in this one. So thesis and report writing are more and less same. Only the thing is that we have not included the examiner certificate and declaration part in a report, because it is not necessary in the report, and in a thesis it is included. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Any doubt for the whole session? If you have any doubt, please, forum is open for a discussion. If you have any doubt, I will stop my screen, sharing my screen. We are both are here. If you have any doubts, please ask. And if you really want us, so we'll type our name and mail ID here. Dhanashri ma'am, you also please put your complete name and.
Yes, madam, definitely.
In my PPT already my name is there and my mail
Yes,
ID is
it
also
was
there.
there. Yes, yes.
Yes,
You
yes.
can share that
Okay.
slide. Yes.
That if you open my Beamer slide, my everything is there. So we are giving our institute mail ID as well as my personal also, so that if you want any kind of query, you can mail us, no issue. We'll try to resolve it. So this is my mail ID of my college, and my personal mail ID is it is there in our PPT, my PPTs, my both mail IDs are there. So if you want, you can contact through our mail ID.
Yes, sir. We have shared our mail IDs.
we have shared mail IDs, and as we have promised you to cover all the topics which is you have mentioned in the brochure. So hope we have fulfilled your requirements, sir.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks a lot to participants for your showing so enthusiastic response to our session. Thank you very much.
Yes. If Gupta
Yes,
sir is there,
yes, sir.
we can ask Gupta sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I request Chandana madam, please give your vote of thanks for our session, ma'am.
Yeah, taken, sir. Good evening, one and all. This is Ila Chandana, Associate Dean R&D at HITM. I congratulate all the participants in attending the workshop and enhancing their learnings towards this LATEX for latest scientific research. I'm thankful to the participants that they have given their feedback during the session also. And due to time constraint, I'm not asking for the feedback. You online, you can even give in the chat box now itself. I would like to present a vote of thanks and taking this opportunity to both the speakers, Mrs.Aarti ma'am and Mrs. DHANASHRI ma'am. In spite of their scheduled time, they have accepted for the workshop and they have completed all the contents which they have promised with. Thank you, ma'am, both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would
Welcome.
like to thank the management, assistant director doing engineering, principal, HODs, coordinators, co-coordinators, and behind curtain support of HITM for making this workshop a successful event. Taking this right platform, I would like to share 2 lines. It is not what we learn, what we put in practice and implement them. So from here on, I even found that some of the participants are with their research scholars, pre-research scholars. I hope you please practice this with all your documentation purpose, which will help you for your PhD documentations also and any of the documentations. So thank you all once again, and I hand over the session to the Mr. Gupta for the other details regarding the certificates and feedback forms. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. And dear all the participants, for thanks for your enthusiastic participation. Make this session wonderful. And LaTeX learning is not a one night show. So keep on learning. You will get the help on a Google. And if you have any query, you mail us. We'll try to satisfy your query. So keep learning. When you will learn, you will do it your own only, then you will be mastered in the LaTeX. Still, we feel, both of will feel we are not still mastered, because every day we are getting a new error and we are trying to rectify it. But still now this confidence we develop that we will be able to rectify our own. And then we are studying every day we are learning a new commands. So that much vast it is. So keep learning and enjoy your learning with LaTeX. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am. Thank you, DHANASHRI ma'am. Have a wonderful session, and we are very enjoyed a lot, and we done excellent work. Thank you, ma'am, once again. And Dr. Rashmi Soni, ma'am, you received only day one recorded session, ma'am. Just now we completed day 2. By tomorrow morning, 10:30, we'll share day 2 recorded session, ma'am, for your kind information. And certificates will provide within a week for your kind information, and material also, ma'am. By tomorrow 10:30, we'll share everything, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sir,
Thank
for
you,
giving
sir.
us a very nice opportunity to discuss with you. It was really very much interactive session. Participants raised very nice queries. We have tried to satisfy each and every participants. Further else, if somebody have any kind of a queries, they are very free to contact us, both of us. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I'm signing off. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Dhanashree ma'am, thank you, Aarti ma'am, for
Thank
this
you.
nice
Yes.
session.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your feedback, ma'am.